So another thing I keep trying to explain to Dr. Zolft, who's calling himself by drugs name, by the way. The thing is, when I was seen for my sight issues, they kept me under observation for 2 weeks around the doctors and nurses and other patients to make sure I wasn't violently acting out, right? And then they released me to the public, even if I'm blacking out at that time or don't remember blacking out then or not, right? Now, see, the thing about blacking out or falling asleep or whatever the hell it was I was going through after the car wreck in the Navy, I was noting I was having issues with it from day one, right? Especially in Great Lakes when I was having problems falling asleep in class, right? See, you're not listening, right? I'm not found to be a violent person, period, right? Ever. Or to suddenly become violent even when blacked out, right? I know. Which can be as simply as thinking you fell asleep, right? And then coming to, like, with the watch being fixed, right? One minute it was broken, and the next minute it was fixed, but I don't recall how it got fixed, so I was trying to fix it with a knife, right? But the next thing I know, it was fixed, and then I don't know how it got fixed, right? But Teresa was there too, right? Now, unless someone came in with a weapon and threatened her and knocked me out and then fixed the watch and then threw it back on me and I came to somehow, right? But also stood up again until I came to, right? Something like that would have had to have happened as well. Unless I just stood there and they fixed the watch and whatever, right? But that was still less than 5 minutes or something, right? Even around Teresa, right? Now that's around another witness too, even if she's a hostile witness or the person threatened her with a weapon or something, right? See, then she's gonna be intimidated by the other person, right? And that don't prove I did anything violent, right? Just because I blacked out around Teresa either. She didn't have no bruises on her when she was living with me for the 2 years she lived with me. I didn't hit her, right? Even if I blacked out around her, right? See, the thing is, I'm not a violent person when I black out. You can't prove that, or I wouldn't have made it to 54 with no arrests for that particular reason, right? Idiot! You have to have proof. I'm a violent person. If I'm a violent person, I get into a lot of fights. Right? I don't. Wrong. That's why your theories suck. As well as your zolft medication. I mean, not just that, right? Your theory is wrong. And see, you're coming up with a medical theory that's wrong, right? That ain't fitting the patient's diagnosis or real symptoms, right? Even when I black out, I'm not a violent person. Never have been. See, or that would be documented too with a bunch of police arrests, right? Though I have had encounters with people acting crazy towards me, where I had to use my samurai sword and he got a bat and tried to hit me over the head with a bat, right? But I can handle that with my samurai sword. I know. Again. But there again. Once he calmed down and went back in the house, I went back in the house too. We let it go too. See, that's the point about me, right? You don't get it, do you? You don't get it, do you? You can't get it because your part of your theory includes you want to make me gay. I mean, none of my watch. I was never around gay people to be gay with it. And if a gay person comes by the door, he ain't even getting in. I told you that. I told you that. Especially men at night. I don't know you. I don't know you. One of Teresa's friends was, who I met through her, was trying to come around my house even after Teresa had would go back to her home sometimes, right? And then he's trying to get around me, and I'm like, get the hell away from me, right? Right. I ain't your friend. I ain't your friend. And he broke my damn guitar, right? Oh, then he broke it. And he broke it. One of them. Anyway. But he was a friend of my friend Teresa, who was kind of living with me, and also at her own little shack there in Garden City. And, well, she introduced me to one of those street bums who sings for money, right? I forgot his name or whatever, but right. But anyway, once he came over to the house a few times around her, and then he started trying to get around me a little bit. But I ignored him, like, wouldn't even let him in. Right. And he went away, Trust me. I know how to stay by myself when I need to, too. I know you do. Or stay alone. No. See, you might call this solitary confinement in a way, because I'm basically by myself, right? I know how to deal with myself alone. I know how to entertain myself, right? I do voices a lot, too. But I know what I'm doing. I'm like, you know what you're doing. Hell, they put me in solitary confinement, they gonna start hearing voices and everything. Because I'm gonna be entertaining myself the whole time. Damn right. And they'll wonder if there's a bunch of people in themselves. And not just me, and not just you. Like this, or like that. And even different things like that. And they're gonna wonder if there's a bunch of people in the damn cell and open cell. Let me check and see if he's still in there by himself. That's about the worst of it, though, right? Then I'll start singing to him. Only love is the way. Gotta have a better day. Who do you think that is? Steve Perry. Steve Perry? I just started singing like fucking Steve Perry. And Steve Perry, everybody, what's going on? In their language. Yeah, they will. I started singing like freaking Steve Perry, right? I wonder if they know Steve Perry, by the way. I don't know if they know Steve Perry or not. But if they do. There you go. Very no, and the problem is we're all going to hell. We're all tied into the sin our parents committed with Satan and Eden, and whatever the hell it was, whatever the hell it was. I still am in favor of he fucked us to death. Believe what you want to believe, brother, sister. I think he fucked both Adam and Eve in the butt, too, right? And confused us all sexually. And physically, because he was a hermaphrodite and fucked both Adam and Eve. I know he was. Yep, exactly. He committed fornication and lawful carnal knowledge. He fucking us out of Eden. Maybe that's a new theory for you, but think about it. It makes more sense if we were naked and ashamed afterwards. No, that's right. That's right. What sin can make you suddenly aware you're naked if you're naked the whole time? But with your wife first. Become one flesh, the Lord said. When they were two flesh. Two bodies. Where you got the penis and the vagina, right? Adam couldn't figure that out, huh? If God said to become one flesh, what goes where? You're multimentally naive. I know you're multimentally naive. You're worse than a child. I might could teach this to a child, but not an adult who's set in his ways. I know. That's the problem. Adults get set in their ways. They become stubborn jackasses or mules or donkeys, right? Using another familiar term in the King James Version of the Bible. An ass is what they call it. A donkey, in other words. You're an ass like a stubborn donkey sometimes, right? No one can tell you what you're doing is wrong. No one can reason with you after a while. Your theories become more important to you than the truth, right? As well.